There is a point in every playoff run where one player stops being good and starts being inevitable. Jalen Brunson reached that point somewhere in the first round, and he never came back down. Round after round, series after series, the moment the Knicks needed a bucket, needed a stop, needed someone to just take over, it was him. Every single time. Unanimous Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Back-to-back sweeps. The NBA Finals. And the most terrifying part, nobody, not one person in this league has figured out how to stop him yet. The foundation, what Brunson built before the lights got bright. Before we talk about what Jalen Brunson did this postseason, we need to understand what he is. Because Brunson doesn't look like a superstar. He's listed at 6'1" on a generous day. He doesn't have Wemby's wingspan, or Ska's burst, or Steph's range. Every single team that passed on him, every scout who said he was too small, too slow, too limited for this level, had a reason that made sense on paper. And then, the playoffs started. The Knicks finished the regular season 53-29, fourth straight playoff appearance. A team built on grit, defense, and the quiet belief that their point guard was different in big moments. Clyde Frazier, one of the greatest Knicks ever, said Brunson reminded him of Willis Reed's leadership. Not his scoring, his leadership. The way a locker room follows him. The way teammates play differently when he's on the floor. That's the foundation. That's what this run is built on. And in the first round against Philadelphia, Brunson showed everyone exactly what that foundation produces. Philadelphia didn't know what hit them. The Sixers thought they had a plan for Brunson. Keep him in front. Make him shoot over length. Don't let him get downhill. He went downhill anyway. Early in the series, Brunson driving, pulling up, banking it home with Harden draped all over him. Then a jab step three, straight cash. Then finding Robinson on the lob for the slam. Then right back to isolation crossover, floater, glass, good. The Sixers forced 7 turnovers in one game. It didn't matter. Brunson found Anunoby for 22 points off the bench. Brunson found Robinson for 3 dunks in a row. Brunson with 10 assists and barely broke a sweat doing it. Then in the clutch fake, falling away, puts it up, good. 4-point lead. Largest of the night. Philadelphia called timeout and looked at each other like they just realized the problem wasn't fixable. 29-point lead. Back-to-back threes. Hart on fire from outside. Robinson throws it down. Philadelphia swept. One of the most remarkable first-round performances in Knicks playoff history, and Brunson was just warming up because the second round against Cleveland was where things got truly out of control.
Not only 3 defenders, also draws the attention to Carl Anthony.
The NBA record for most in a playoff game is 25.
Drummond
Falling away, Bridges shot's good. The Knicks get it right back. Grimes fires away, got it.
You know, you just look how high they are. There's no bump on the cutter. You're not going to come up.
First year in the NBA playoffs. Alley-oop pass. Brunson and Robinson on the connection.
And there's no doubt he'll never admit it, but it absolutely has to. Not just in terms of like makes and misses, but he's
Assist the crossover, the drive inside. Reverse, he's got it.
and then here offering to help. He doesn't really get an opportunity to get his right arm up through.
Jordan Clarkson flips it up and in. Third game is
in
the
this
next.
building.
Alvarado tries a three-pointer. Well, he hit 8 here.
Cleveland couldn't guard him. Nobody could. The Cavaliers were one of the best defensive teams in the Eastern Conference all season. They had size. They had length. They had a defensive scheme built specifically to take away the kind of drives Brunson lives on. He drove anyway. Sidestep layup, banks it home. Left-handed off the glass, what a shot. Floater up good. Drive. Pull up, bang. Three-pointer with the shot clock winding down, puts it in. The Cavaliers kept turning it over. Every turnover, Brunson to the basket. Banks it home. Timeout Cleveland. Lead up to 17. Wade chasing him. Can't stay in front. Brunson gets inside anyway. Off to a 3-for-3 start. The floater up, Robinson throws it down off the lob. Back-to-back sweeps. The Knicks were rolling, and Madison Square Garden, a building that hadn't felt this kind of electricity in decades, was absolutely shaking. But the real test was still coming. Because the Eastern Conference Finals wasn't going to be a sweep. This was going to require everything Brunson had.
Chip away at this and try to get it down to 14-15 at the end of the third.
Wow. Bubbles in the Hawk series as Paul George knocks that one down. Goes back door. The rookie spins in. Layup's good. Downs in his first year in the NBA playoffs.
There's no doubt he'll never admit it, but it absolutely has to, not just in terms of like makes and misses.
Jalen Brunson, perhaps the greatest free agent signing in Knicks history. One of the guys ahead and a chance for a three-point play.
Conference Finals MVP, the unanimous decision. When a Finals MVP award is unanimous, it means there was no debate. No second conversation. No, well, maybe it could have been someone else. It means one player was so far beyond everyone else on that court that the decision made itself. Jalen Brunson, unanimous Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Think about what that means in context. The Knicks had Anunoby, a two-way force. They had Towns, a legitimate all-star center. They had Hart, who plays like the sport owes him something personally. They had Bridges, one of the best wing defenders in basketball. And it wasn't close. Every clutch moment in the series ran through him. When the Knicks needed a bucket, Brunson. When they needed to break a press, Brunson. When they needed someone to just take the ball and make something happen with the shot clock dying, Brunson. Three-pointer. Good. Drives inside. Reverses. Got it. Sweet move. Deflected. Brunson fires another three anyway. Bang. 29-point lead. Timeout. The opposing bench stopped drawing plays. Because what do you draw up against someone who makes every shot regardless of the coverage? And in his post-series interview, no bravado, no chest beating, just Jalen Brunson being exactly who he's always been. They give me confidence. They let me be me. We all believed in each other from top to bottom. That's the thing about Brunson that makes him genuinely dangerous. He's not performing. He's not playing a character. He is exactly who he appears to be, and who he appears to be is the best closer in basketball right now. And then came the NBA Finals. San Antonio, Wemby, the biggest stage of his life. The Finals A&D, why this run isn't over Game 1. San Antonio. The Spurs at full strength. Wembanyama waiting at the rim. Brunson hurt his knee in the first quarter.
Limped to the locker room, missed 5 minutes, came back, went on a personal 6-0 run, retook the lead, hurt his ankle, kept going, 46 seconds left, down one, on the road, in the finals, he spins underneath, floats it up, in, 13 of his 30 points in the clutch, on two bad legs, in enemy territory, with the generational talent in league history waiting at the rim, didn't matter. 12 wins in a row.
Back-to-back sweeps. Unanimous Conference Finals MVP. NBA Finals Game 1 stolen on the road. This isn't a story about an undersized point guard overachieving anymore. This is a story about the best player in the Eastern Conference playing the best basketball of his life on the biggest stage the sport has to offer. And he's just getting started.
For Robinson, and it goes in. And the foul. Cornet team like this yet in the playoffs. Vassell inside Fox. Poor transition defense. Spurs get a layup. Floats it up and good. Brunson had missed 7 straight shots. He's down. He's holding his ankle. Brunson screaming at Scott Foster as the Knicks call timeout. Shot won't go, but follows it himself. Will as he drives against Bryant. How about the trust Mitch Johnson putting the rookie on Brunson. Drives inside and cheering. Harper down the other way. Off a made basket. Brunson drives inside, kicks it out. Shannon off the bounce, pulls back, fires. A costly turnover, and Fox throws it down.
Jalen Brunson's playoff run isn't getting out of control. It already is out of control. And nobody has an answer for it. Nobody handed Jalen Brunson this run. And every single round, he showed up anyway. Hurt, exhausted, doubled, fouled. And still the most important shot of the game came off his hand. That's not luck. That's not a system. That's a player who decided a long time ago that the moment would never be too big for him. The Knicks are in the finals. Brunson is just getting started. If this run has you locked in, hit that like button. Subscribe because this story isn't finished yet, and the next chapter is already up. See you there.